Cheers. Hello, Rich. Thank you for joining me. First of all, how has the team been after the Featherstone game?
Team's been good. We're in good spirits. We obviously lost, and we don't want to lose games, but we want to perform well. And we thought when we looked at the game that we did that. We put ourselves in a position to win the game numerous occasions, but I think our skill level let us down ultimately, combined with some ill discipline. I think that was probably the difference between the teams. I thought they looked like they played 5 or 6 games. They certainly had. They had 5 friendlies before they played us. So, whereas we'd only had probably 1 with our full team out, and I thought that told them when we looked at it they were a bit more polished than ourselves.
Well, reflecting from the game, where do you feel as though that the team can go from here?
Well, we'd like to put in a similar performance. Without ill discipline and with better skill level, and with a strong kicking game. I didn't think our kicks were as good as Featherstone's. Obviously we're playing Batley this weekend and we'd love to go there and win. We know that's going to be difficult. I think around this time last year they beat Leigh in their first home game. They're a strong team. Matt Diskin's a good coach and they'll be riled from their performance last week and wanting to put that right, as are we. We'd like to win this week. And we're doing everything in our power to do that. We've looked at our skill level and we've looked at our discipline.
Well, coming on to Batley now, how would you, in particular, would you approach the game? Would you treat them? I mean, they are a tough opposition, but would you be careful of a possible backlash given their heavy defeat in France?
I'm under no illusions that they won't be happy with what happened. And I watched the game. They travelled across there, but to be fair, Toulouse are a fantastic team. They play a really nice brand of rugby. Very good to watch. Batley didn't really get a hold of the game at all, so I'm sure that they'll be wanting to do that from the kick-off, and and they're one of our rivals. They're a local team. They'll be up there at the end of the season. We'd like to be too. Obviously, backlash or wanting to put performance in that they're proud of. I suggest that they will be doing that. Yes.
Well, would you say that revenge might be in mind, given the results of last season against Batley?
We didn't get our revenge on Featherstone last week. They ultimately probably cost us a place in the top 4 on the day last week. And Batley were fantastic last season, and were definitely good value to be in the top 4 and produce some very good performances. There's no animosity to Batley. They're one of our rivals, as Featherstone were. I think if we improve on last week, we'll give ourselves a very good chance of winning the game. They play the pitch very, very well, though. They will be smarting and they'll be wanting to put their fans going home singing. I think obviously they spent a lot of money to go over to Toulouse, and I didn't think they were probably the supporters probably thought they weren't value for that. They'll be wanting to do that this week, so we're under no illusions.
And given the performance from weekend and also heading into the Batley game, would you say many changes are needed, or are things happy with the way they are, the way the team are performing as it stands?
I think we need to make a couple of changes, ultimately forced really. We're not sure Ben Kay's going to be available with his shoulder injury. Ben Eaton won't play. He's got a dead leg, and it's that unresponsive. It's in a brace, and we had to get him to the doctors, and he had to go to hospital. So that's a severe bleed on his leg. So he won't be involved. So there will be a couple of changes there, but I'm not into wholesale changes because the performance doesn't merit that or warrant that. But these players, we've all got to understand that we've got a decent squad, not too bad, and we've got our partnership with Salford. If the players aren't performing at the required level, there will be changes. Hopefully, we can give them lads another shout at it.
And just final question now, Rich. Heading also on Batley, are you confident that the team can open up their account this weekend and be possibly a possible last-ditch attempt to get into the top 4 if Batley are defeated?
I don't know about the top. The top 4. It's too early for that. Can we win the game? Yeah, of course we can. We can, and we can put a good plan together. There is some frailties within that team, but there's also some some exceptional players as well. We know a couple of them, Sam Smeaton and Dane Manning, who were here, and they were good players on the day. But yeah, we'll be going confident. We weren't too happy with our performance, with our result either last week. So yeah, we're confident. It will be difficult. It won't, 2 losses is not irreparable for either team. But it's important that we improve our skill levels.
No problem. Cheers, Rich.